ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਡੇਵਿਡ ਈਬੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਈਬੀ ਨੇ ਹਾਊਸਿੰਗ ਅਤੇ ਹੈਲਥ ਕੇਅਰ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚਰਚਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹੈਲਥ ਕੇਅਰ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਸਮੱਸਿਆਵਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੱਲ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਈਬੀ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹੈਲਥ ਕੇਅਰ ਦੇ ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਿਟੀ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਅਤੇ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ।
And the reason why it's important to have such a strong team across the province is we know that British Columbians are facing a lot of challenges right now, and certainly that is the case in Surrey here as well. We're seeing global inflation, it's rising costs for people in our province and people in Surrey. We're seeing the lasting impacts of the pandemic on our healthcare system, a lot of strain for healthcare workers and for people looking for care, being concerned about making sure that that care is there for them when they need it. If there's one thing we learned from the pandemic, that responding to these big issues, we can't do it alone. We have to work together with other levels of government, with communities, with, in the case of healthcare workers, education, teachers, and school staff. Schools, hospitals, childcare centres, housing, and public transit are being built all over BC. Here in Surrey, those initiatives means almost $500 million invested in school projects that are going to move 10,000 students from portables to classrooms by 2025. On day one, putting money back into people's pockets with a new affordability credit and BC Hydro credit. We introduced and passed major new laws to increase the supply of housing. We've expanded the pathway for internationally trained doctors and healthcare workers to practice right here in British Columbia. We can't have healthcare workers on the sidelines when families need care. We've started to implement a Safer Communities plan that gets help to those struggling in our streets, while we make sure that those who repeatedly commit violent offences stay in prison. I know how important the issue of safety is to the people of Surrey, and we will keep working to tackle this issue. I also want to be clear. There's a clear difference between us and the other party, the BC Liberal Party, I think. When it comes to the leader of that party, Kevin Falcon, he's not working for Surrey or British Columbians, and you know, you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at his track record. Listen to what he says. When he was in government, he sold the land for the hospital, for the needed hospital for the people of Surrey. He wasn't building the hospital. He was selling the land where the hospital was supposed to go. He promised to extend the Surrey SkyTrain project and then delayed it for 8 years when it was desperately needed.